Good morning. I am Lexi, and this is Wake Up Calls Going Deeper. Wake Up Calls is a live, twice a week opportunity to join in community meditation. And Going Deeper is a once a week chat, someday to be a podcast, where I speak to what's coming up in meditation, either for me or for us. And this week, what I want to talk about is just what is meditation. You know, it's spiritualized, it's elevated, it's a lot of things that I think make it feel inaccessible to a lot of humans. And this is kind of my mission with Wake Up Calls, is to just empower as many humans as possible to use this incredible tool for their own well-being, for their own effectiveness, for their own ability to be in the world in ways that they want and need, that you want and you need. So, and meditation is highly researched and has been shown again and again and again and again that it is just a beautiful tool for the reduction of anxiety and depression, that people's joy factor goes up when they meditate. So what is that they are measuring? That is really what we want to know, as well as my own spin on what meditation is and what it isn't. So I'm going to just throw out this super, super simple statement, and we'll work our way around this statement. Actually, it's a question. What if all meditation really is showing the fuck up? So, excuse my swearing. I use it for emphasis. Showing the fuck up is what I have done as a meditator myself for 25, 30 years now. So much of my life as a quote meditator was just not having anything but a hard experience. It was just me, for whatever weird reason, committing to sitting in my chair or on my cushion or whatever for the time that I decided I was going to do that, and then having the experience that I had. A lot of times it was terrible because I had so many tender things that needed ordering. And that is what I did. I thought basically the whole damn time I was, quote, meditating. It was hard, but I kept coming back because somehow that time, that hard time of thinking thoughts that I really wished I weren't, somehow the rest of my life seemed just a little better. I've also gone through phases where I wasn't meditating, I was dissociating. I was just disappearing into some unknown zone, leaving my body, where I was getting relief from the same old thing, the tendernesses, the hard things, the thoughts I didn't want to be thinking. And somehow I did it in a different way by just kind of popping out of present moment circumstance. Now, oh my gosh, isn't that such a crime? Because isn't present moment what meditation is? And the answer is yes. But again, I'm going to go back to really my definition of meditation, and many a brilliant spiritual teacher and hardcore meditator will probably cringe at saying this, but I'm going to say that meditation is showing the fuck up. That's it. And again, it's going to be so much more than that. But at the very least, saying, I am going to spend 18 minutes 3 times a week, preferably 6, by the way, but whatever you can do. And then just doing it, no matter how much you want to or don't want to, no matter what happens in those 18 minutes, doing it, just doing it. Even if you don't, quote, meditate, what you will be doing is learning to trust yourself. What you will be doing is practicing discipline. What you will be doing is giving yourself time not doing. And I know that is rare and precious for almost every human right now. So meditation is showing the fuck up. Anything else that happens, good or bad, easy or hard, isn't the point. The point is just show up for yourself. You can't be excluded from the meditation club by what does or does not happen during meditation. What matters is that you show up, that you sit down, that you commit to those 18 or 23 or 34 minutes, whatever, or 5 minutes. Whatever you can do, you can do. I mean, it is like going to the gym. It is like working out. It is like any other thing you do. Just committing. Sometimes my 20-minute workouts are only 15 minutes. Sometimes my super intense workouts are really mellow. But I'm still showing up for the workout. And it matters that I show up for the workout. It matters not only to my own sense of my own capacity, but it matters to my body. It matters to my body that I give my body a chance to have movement. Whether that movement ends up being yoga when it was supposed to be weightlifting, that is not the point. And then what happens? Well, my body, my system trusts me to show up for building strength and for unwinding the reality of physicality, right? That's what physical workouts are. Showing the fuck up for meditation, which can be anything as long as it is what you commit to. So for some people, taking a hike can be a meditation. Giving yourself that time to unwind through movement, that's valid. It's the I'm going to do this and doing it part that really matters. Yes, there is so much more to meditation. And yes, what is being studied is how the brain changes in states of being, which are different than states of doing. And what I want to say is that is a natural uprising of starting with just showing the fuck up. It's like in a workout, the natural uprising of showing up for yoga or a workout is that you get more flexible or you get more strong. It's just going to happen no matter how gently or slowly or half-assedly even you show up for your workouts. That is what happens by just showing up. So same with meditation. And I think this is all I really want to say. I can go on, I always can. But just what if your goal for this month or the next 3 weeks or moon cycle, whatever you want to track time by, what if your goal is just no matter what, sit down, be quiet, and if you can, and you can, focus on your breath. And let yourself stray, let yourself forget that you're breathing, and then when you do remember, just come back to it. This month, we're working on loving kindness. We're actually working on healing hatred by using loving kindness. And hatred is just all the ways we're unkind to ourselves and each other, all the ways we judge, all the ways we hurt ourselves. And I'm intentionally using the word hatred because I think we're all letting ourselves off the hook way too much with how much unkindness, how much harshness moves through our systems. And this month, I'm just asking us to notice that and to just hold ourselves accountable for it. And the opposite of hatred, well, there's lots of definitions, but what I'll say is just that loving kindness is a remedy to hatred. Loving kindness of like, oh, here's that thought that isn't loving. I'll love me anyway. Loving kindness, another way for me of defining that is just a little smile, just a little soft-eyedness. So not a big toothy smile, but just like right now as we take a breath, just curling our lips up a little bit or softening our eyes a little bit or feeling a softness in our own hearts. Loving kindness is deciding to be right here and to allow whatever's moving through us to be, to just be, without defining it as good or bad, without calling ourselves names, without turning that on others. So let's end, because I forgot to start with breath. Let's end with breath, right here together. Finding yours, maybe filling it out, maybe beginning to take deeper breaths, maybe being perfectly happy with how you're breathing and just noticing that it's happening. Showing the fuck up, aka meditation, is this. And it's everything else that happens in the minutes that you commit to being here. Let yourself off the hook for some kind of blissful nirvana experience. Let yourself off the hook for any of the ideas about what meditation should look like, what experience you should be having, and just let it be a few minutes being still, not perfectly still. Just get in your chair and stay in your chair. Just find your breath and return to your breath. And notice if anything is different for you other times in your day. Small things, not big things. The small things are what make our lives rich and good. And learning to pay attention to the small things that matter so much starts right here. So show the fuck up for you in this way that may be fun or not fun, easy or not easy, but that matters. It really does. Give yourself the gift of some minutes every day sitting, and don't get up until you've completed the commitment. Whatever experience you have during that time isn't what matters. It's the showing up and the staying. We need to trust ourselves. We need to have practices where that can grow inside of ourselves. And as we trust ourselves, as our systems recognize that these times are for healing and for being, so much can open, so much can shift. And knowing ourselves, who we are under all the thoughts, begins to happen. You are precious and wonderful and interesting and tender and completely fine exactly as you are. Meditation is one of the ways that we learn that and then find ways in the outer world to live that. Thank you for listening. I really hope and pray that this has served you in considering that meditation is different than the ideas that you have had, that it's more doable and maybe more important than you might have realized 15 minutes ago. Bless your day, bless your heart. I love you.